Well, as a lot of people starting to realize that reparations is definitely on the horizon, people that trolled us constantly, the white supremacists, or others who came to this country and talked down on us as Black Americans, saying that we were lazy and we just need to go to work like we haven't been working in this country for hundreds and hundreds of years. Hell, we worked 250 plus years for free. We didn't get paid a dime. But as you're seeing that reparations is, getting put on the forefront, the California Reparations Commission has gave their recommendations. Now they have to turn that into the state so they could try to move forward with some of that. Now people are saying, wait a minute. Hold on. See, I thought this was fun and games. I thought this was something I control Black Americans with. But now this is becoming an issue. And the reality is, especially when it became lineage-based reparations, people are saying, whoa, what about me? Why am I being left out? Now, in this particular podcast today, we're going to cover the consequences of rejecting Pan-Africanism. Case in point, this sister here, I want you to hear what she has to say. And it's two videos we're going to cover of her today. But let's go ahead on and run this first clip.
So there's talk about reparations. Let me tell you why I'm mad. Because not being Black American, but being Caribbean American, meaning my dad was born here, but his family's born in Haiti. My mother was born in Trinidad. We're still descendants of slaves. Anybody that is in the Caribbean, for the most part, specifically Haiti, let's give it up for Haiti, because if Haiti didn't run it up, if we wasn't doing the machete chopping and all of that, nobody else would have really felt let's do this. But I digress. France ain't paying Haitian people because technically Haiti owes France for just wanting their freedom. The Brits ain't paying Trinidad either. So what about Caribbean Americans?
Sister, listen, we can't take credit for anything that happened in Haiti in 1804. That is the Haitian Revolution, and we respect that. I definitely respect it. But you can't lay claim to what our ancestors fought for, all the slave revolts that happened here, and say, oh, well, it's because of us. Y'all, that's the reason why y'all fighting. So you say, well, because of our influence and maybe some of us who were brought here during that time, we should get reparations, trying to worm your way into reparations. You took issue with that, but ma'am, y'all have CARICOM. And y'all had a reparations proposal, because I covered your reparations proposal on African Diaspora News Channel. And every point of the reparations proposal that came through CARICOM, which Black Americans were never invited to be in CARICOM. Not once were we invited. Nothing in those proposals as a reparations that came through CARICOM said nothing about cash payments to any Caribbean nation that were enslaved by the colonizer. Not a one. When I covered that, it was utterly despicable what CARICOM had presented as reparations. But you're saying that it isn't right that Black Americans policy. See, the thing is, when it became lineage-based reparations, ladies and gentlemen, that's when people say, oh, okay. Because see, at first, when it was going to be a free for all, and it just say, oh, it's just for every Black person. See, that point right there would get reparations shot down legally. But when it's lineage-based reparations, it doesn't mean every Black person. It means people that has lineage back to the slave plantations of the United States of America. And if California goes through with this and it become law and the checks go out, then that can send a tidal wave throughout America where other states can start doing this and modeling the California Reparations Commission on how they did that. Now, every state, they're probably going to be different because certain states had a lot of slavery going on. So California's, way they do things versus maybe another state is going to be totally different. But you feel that you should be entitled to reparations also because y'all were enslaved. Now, France is the one that you should go after reparations for. And if y'all start going after reparations for France, I'm going to support you. I'll cover your meetings if you have them. I'll talk about it on our platform, especially African Diaspora News channel, because we talk about news about black people globally, right? That's what we do on that channel. And we'll cover that. And we will love to see you get your reparations from France. But when it comes to us here in America, this is what we got going on right now. Now, there's one video of her that I really want to home in on, because see, when y'all throughout the world who rejected it, see, Pan-Africanism was a concept created in America, not throughout the diaspora, but America. And I want you to hear what she's going to say about Pan-Africanism. It's very interesting. And I love going to the African continent. I love travel. I work with black people globally, but I'm also a realist at the same time. Let's go ahead and play that clip.
Please let me know how I could have talked about reparations for Caribbean American people without there inherently being some alluding to Black Americans. Tell me how, as a person who is Black and American, born here, while there's literally a thing, because guess what? If I said Caribbean Americans need reparations, you know what would have happened? There would have been a bunch of people like y'all. Now they want reparations. Now they see us getting reparations. And look, there's no pleasing y'all. I'm gonna keep it straight and a buck. Number two, the idea that Haitian people did not directly contribute to the liberation of African American people is preposterous. Preposterous. Ultimately, the revolution is what stopped Napoleon from really having wanted anything to do with U.S. soil. He lost Haiti and was like, actually, Louisiana, I don't really see a point. Y'all could buy it back. Which changed the trajectory of the country if we're keeping it a stack. There are some people that will agree that the revolution affected African Americans, but they say that it's literally due to the fact that conditions of slavery got worse. Fair enough. How was that on Haiti? It's on Haiti because your colonizers decided on a method to suppress y'all by being worse. And y'all could draw that parallel, but y'all can't draw the parallel that African American people were inspired and said enough is enough while the conditions got worse. Y'all don't draw that parallel. Y'all think that is completely unrelated. That conditions of slavery came to an apex, a climax, and people were just like, no, we're not going to take this anymore. And Nat Turner revolted. Y'all don't see that parallel. That's very weird to me. Y'all also don't recognize the fact that there's a whole monument in Georgia dedicated to Haitian soldiers that fought with y'all for your freedom. We're not thinking critically here. On top of that, and this is the last point that I'll make. I've never in any of the videos, the two videos that are there, claimed that America or the Black American reparations are due to Caribbean Americans. I actually never said that at any point in time. And I made the caption what it was to make sure that that wasn't confusion, and still somehow it was lost. Pan-Africanism is not the only way to navigate the things that we go through within the African race and the diaspora. But I promise y'all, ethnocentrism is not the way either. And y'all think y'all are eating, but you're showing your ass when it comes to how y'all talking about Haiti. I saw somebody said Haitian people eat dirt. I saw somebody saying we don't even really like y'all. Y'all are us. And you don't want to think that you're us, but you're us.
Now you understand the consequences of rejecting Pan-Africanism. Black Americans has said, hey, we all black, right? Let's work together. Let's unify, right? We will be stronger together. It don't matter if you're from the Caribbean. It don't matter if you're from Latin America. It don't matter if you're from the continent of Africa. Hey, let's work together. We all could get together. We all got the same skin. We're going to deal with the same issues, problems. So let's unify, because really Pan-Africanism is just unification of black people globally, working with each other for the empowerment of global black people. That's all it was. And when we say, yeah, let's be together as black people, I ain't black, I'm Dominican. I ain't black, I'm Haitian. I ain't black, I'm Nigerian, right? Yes, that's your nationality. And just because we was talking about unification doesn't remove your nationality, doesn't remove your language, doesn't remove your culture, doesn't remove your food, doesn't remove anything that you had already. We just said, hey, if we are in a system of white supremacy globally, and all of us is labeled black by these folks, N-words with hard R's in particular, why don't we all just work together? But no, that's not what a lot of you wanted. And even in her second video, you didn't really want Pan-Africanism, but you have a problem with ethnocentrism. When y'all had done a mass rejection of Pan-Africanism, y'all did that. It wasn't us. It was y'all. Then black Americans said, okay, fine. You don't want to unify globally to work together to empower each other globally. Okay. We have been rejected many times by many of you. You come to this country, you don't want to deal with us. You separate yourself from us. You practice ethnocentrism constantly. You don't come to the neighborhoods. You don't say, let's work together. That's my brothers and sisters over there, until the white supremacists get at your neck. And then now all of a sudden, hey, we are brothers. You know what I'm saying? Why we weren't brothers the moment you got here? Oh, but you had to listen to the white supremacists say, stay away from them black Americans, right? So when it comes to something like reparations and what we're fighting for, now all of a sudden it's a problem. See, that is a consequence of your rejection. And it's just not her rejection, but many rejection of Pan-Africanism. You can't have Pan-Africanism when it just benefits you. See, if you actually practice Pan-Africanism, basically just unification of all black people globally, if you practice that, we wouldn't be in the conditions that we're in globally. Every country that you go to where black people are located, black people are dealing with similar conditions. Now, is all black people rejecting of working together? No, obviously not. I work with people in the African continent every day, talk to them every day. Been working with me for years. We get along very, very well. It's not an issue of cultural differences or whatever. But see, when you have people that want to work together, and I know people on the ground in those certain countries that I go to that work and have no problem working in the spirit of Pan-Africanism, right? But the majority of the African continent doesn't practice Pan-Africanism, because if they actually practice Pan-Africanism, they wouldn't be having all the borders. They wouldn't be having all the issues they have with, oh, this is my country, that's your country. They say, hey, wait a minute, we all black. Let's go ahead on to work together, right? Same thing in the Caribbean. Hey, let's go ahead on work together. Sure, we are different people, but let's work together. Y'all don't want to do that. All of y'all are practicing ethnocentrism. All of you are doing it. And I can readily admit that, because it's the truth. The fact is, y'all, those of you who are complaining, you expect black Americans to carry the load and start a lot of things. And a lot of times in the past, you'd practice Pan-Africanism, we could have been fighting for your reparations at the same time. But when you said that you're not black, you're something else, constantly rejecting us, calling us lazy, saying akata and all of the, you know, the ones who's doing it, of course, not people who are not doing it. This is the result. Once again, even after all of that, because see, y'all have to understand, a lot of black Americans won't say it to you. I'll say it to you for them. When y'all rejected Pan-Africanism, was basically a rejection of your own people. Do you know it hurts more when your own people that you clearly see are black like you say, I'm not you, I'm something else. I'm not you. I have a better culture than you. We work harder than you. We do this, we do that. Listen, we have heard it from the white supremacists forever, okay? We expect that from the devil. That's no problem. But when it comes from you, since you are an extended family member, whether you like it or not, it stings a little bit. Now, when you reject people for a time, it hurts. Then that rejection eventually turns into anger. So when you see some black Americans being a little hostile, it's not on some quote unquote xenophobia. You have to think about the mass rejection that a lot of you have done to black Americans when they wanted to just be on some Pan-Africanism. Now, there's some black people that still believe in working together with black people globally. I'm one of them. And just because I believe in working with black people globally doesn't mean I don't care about the group I come from. Doesn't mean that. I don't know what asinine ideas that is where you can't do 10 things at once, right? Because I had a person that showed up in my comments and told me, well, 1 minute you want to be FBA, the next minute you want to be Pan-Africanist. You got to pick a side. I said, I don't pick no side but my side, because my side is higher than what you think. Your side is very limited. I engage globally with black people. I work with black people globally. So I cannot be on your limited thinking. And I do work with black people in America too, every single day. I care about the issues in America. I could leave America, go stay in another country, and I will still be concerned about what's happening to you because y'all are my ethnic group. If you really want to know how American you are, black American, go travel to the continent of Africa. You're going to realize real quick how black American you are. Not because they treated me bad or something like that. We just have our own culture. We have our own nuance. We have our own ways. And sometimes some black Americans can't, have a hard time transitioning into certain African cultures because of that. That's why I told many of you, if you're going to go to the African continent, start in English speaking countries first. Go to countries that's going to be an easier transition. South Africa is the best one to go to because it's so much easier for you. Kenya, you can do that. That one I say would be number 2 on transition. I got to still go to Botswana, Namibia, and look at them too. But definitely on my list right now, if I tell a black American go to African continent, I say South Africa first, Kenya second. Or you can go to Kenya first. It don't matter, whatever. But it will be a little easier for you and you won't have certain issues, right? But black Americans right now is in a dire straits. And they have to take their energy and fight for what they have here because they have a limited time to fight. Right now, the Democrat Party has accelerated mass illegal immigration. There's nothing wrong with immigration as long as it's done the right way. And it's not being done the right way. The rules are being broken every single day. And these people are being prioritized over the issues that black Americans have. You understand? So right now, we can't even focus on other things. We got to focus on our community, and reparations is just a reparative justice, right? It's not even getting ahead. It's trying to get us caught up. So we can't really focus on other things right now. But maybe the younger people, you say, well, maybe the older people reject it. Maybe the younger people that's here right now in America who maybe first generation, who understand America. I love talking to first generations because they get it a little bit more, right? Or those in other countries start focusing on Pan-Africanism. In other words, start working together, unifying in your own country. You got all these different separate ethnic groups, or people may call them tribes. Y'all need to start working together. How you got so many ethnic groups in one place and you can't work together? That's how the white supremacists keep y'all down anyway. I was told by many people on the African continent that black Americans is the most unified group of black people in the world. We don't think that. But I'm telling you from what I've seen and what I've been told, yes, we are. Because what binds us is our shared experience. That's what binds us. We can't say I'm this tribe, I'm that one. No, we are black and we work together on that. So I'm not mad at the sister. Trust me, I'm not mad at her. Maybe her heart is in the right place on some things she's trying to say. I get it. But young lady, when they rejected Pan-Africanism, that's really what sparked a lot of it. We're saying, no, we're going to worry about ourselves. So you can't come in late and say, well, I want to believe in Pan-Africanism now. No, I mean, you can believe in it in other ways, but right now we got to take care of reparations. We get reparations, then that may be the ripple effect throughout the world for black folks to get reparations. Because remember, when we got the civil rights done in America in the civil rights movement, that set off a ripple effect into all the Caribbean and African countries that got out of colonization into their own independent nations, right? At least independent on paper. So if we in Black America can get reparations, it may send a ripple effect all over the world. And as many of them support us throughout the world are getting reparations. Many brothers and sisters throughout the world supported us with the fight with George Floyd or many other people that, and I will not discount, and I know they support us because I get the messages. I've gotten, people that have donated funds, to support our platform, over the years who've been, people in other countries, right? And to greatly support us. So I know there's some brothers and sisters that really believe in us working together. We just need more of it. And especially those of you who live in America, those of you who are maybe first generation African and Caribbean Americans, right? Get on code with us. And that way, if we all fighting together, then we definitely understand we get reparations. You think we're not going to do business with y'all or do anything like that? So I'm not going to deal with them. No, we know we ain't like that. We may fuss about different things, or we are not a people that really is hateful like that. We're really not. We just get hurt sometimes when our own distant cousins reject us for stupid reasons. Talking about culture, like that culture thing. I may have to do a whole podcast on the word culture because you don't even know I think money, you don't even know what the word culture means. Because based on the word culture, Black Americans is full of culture based on the textbook definition, right? But that's a podcast of a different day. So fight for your reparations for Haiti, and I will support you. But this is part of the consequences of rejecting Pan-Africanism. If you want to work together, then start fixing it.